already know what it is. We're gonna get right into this. Let's talk about, or let's see what this single mother is talking about. Is what I meant to say. And let's go.
On the fantasy, or the dream.
The dream to be married or what?
The dream that's keeping the dream that's the reason you're single right now.
It's never time. I mean, we all have different time in life.
And that's where she's wrong. There is a clock on mostly women, on everyone, because we all die, but women have to make their decisions in life sooner than men. So she's wrong.
Really? How old
Yeah.
are you again?
30?
So right away, she's at the point where she's lost probably 80% of her eggs, and she's talking about, oh, never panic. Let's keep going.
What age is the time to give up on the dream?
There's people getting married 60, 80.
Well, that's unrealistic. You're not really going to get anything out of that. That's someone to die with. But if you want something fulfilling, you want to do that before 30 or before 35, really.
I'm talking about you.
Me personally, I'm not going to give up because I don't think I'm really trying yet.
So that's that pretty privilege. So you can see she's a pretty girl, so she thinks she has forever. But she's going to wake up one day and see there's a few more wrinkles and a few more dimples, a little more fat, and a lot less calls coming in. And that comes to every woman, and that's a reality shocker for anyone.
What age do you think you're gonna start trying?
to be honest with you, I'm having my selfish year. So
She's having her selfish years, and he said, "What age are you gonna start trying?" But she already has a kid. Keep in mind, so let's see what she says.
I'm going to give myself probably like 1 to 2 years.
So
Then,
she's 30. So she's already been selfish. Now she's saying she wants to give herself another 1 or 2 years to be selfish. Something she's already was doing.
and I'll pursue a relationship or whatever I desire.
The thing is, you don't pursue relationships. Relationships pursue you because men control who gets committed to, not women.
You having kids?
Of course.
Yes, I have a beautiful daughter.
Womp
She's 6.
womp.
Why do you think it works like that?
And her daughter, how much you want to bet that her daughter turns out to be just like her? Just another beautiful lost woman for no reason at all because her mom messed her up.
Works like what?
You're already a single mother,
Already.
which is no shot. My mom was a single mother, but talk about
So
your
is mine.
selfish years when you got a kid.
Right.
Yeah,
I
one,
think
because
It's like that's what I can't understand. Like you have a kid now and you're talking about being selfish. It's all about the kid. It has nothing to do with you. This life is about your kid. Like I feel bad for that kid.
my question is, you said that, I said, is it time to give up on a dream? You said never give up on a dream. That people get married in their 60s and 80s, which is always this fanciful shit like that.
Well,
So, if your daughter, so listen. So,
we all
listen. No.
Yeah, we're gonna tell her she's gonna have a hard time just being quiet and listening, and that's another thing that's keeping women single, just not being able to shut the hell up sometimes. Some of these women just be talking out the mouth so much, and you're just like, yo, can you stop talking? A lot of the times they just be saying nonsense, and it doesn't even make sense. But you have a bunch of guys out here that just want to get laid so bad that they'll just let women just say anything just to get laid, even if they're wrong. Like me, if I hear a woman saying some crazy stuff, I'm gonna cut her out and just be like, "Yo, please stop. You're saying some invalid things," and go from there. But we need more men acting like men and calling women out when they're acting out of line. That's what we need.
Daughter didn't study, didn't do her homework, and said, well, mom, people pass tests all the time. You'd say, all right, daughter, just live life like that.
The answer to that would be, "Oh hell no." Like, there's no parent that would ever say that to their kid, but she's gonna try to defend this nonsense.
I'm not understanding. Did you ask me a question?
She
Or
understands.
Yeah.
She's playing stupid.
Why are you, when are you going to grow up and become a serious woman?
I feel like I'm being serious. I'm taking my life seriously.
You feel like you're taking your life seriously, but you have a child who's 6 years old, and you just said to him you're having your selfish years. Like honestly, your mom, your grandma would just look at you like you're an idiot. Like all your ancestors, there were people that were fighting Macedonians and these big creatures to keep your existence alive, and you just want to just throw it away for your selfish years, man. What a shame.
But you said you're your selfish years.
Yeah, I think we all have, you know, when you're in a relationship, you
I wish that we all were able to have a movie on how our ancestors survived and were able to keep our genes going. Like especially women. I wish they were able to just watch and just see as far back to see what they had to go through and what they had to do to keep their existence going. And then maybe, probably not, but maybe they'll wake up and realize they're out of order and that they have to like stop sleepwalking through life. I don't know. I could be wrong.
you really can't be selfish because you are constantly having to think about your partner. So at this,
So that's called being selfless.
you know, at this current moment in my life, and I want to be selfish.
You want to be, yeah, but don't you think we all want to be selfish? But there's something called duty and responsibility. That's what life is, especially when you have a kid. It's not even about you and what your wants are. Your wants are done. You had your wants. You wanted to have sex unprotected, and you got what you wanted was a kid because you did it unprotected. Once you have sex unprotected, you're deciding to have a kid. That's what people don't understand. Like, if you have unprotected sex, you're basically deciding and planning on a kid. So like you have to take everything that comes with it.
I want to worry about me and not have to think
We know
about
you want to worry about you. Like we know that, but you can't. You have a kid.
making somebody else happy. You know what I'm
And
saying?
why make a baby?
Life isn't about happy. Like happy changes every single day. Like you can't control your life based on happiness. Like base your life on fulfillment, not happiness.
Why did I make a baby? One, I was young. Two,
I was
You were
dumb.
you were 24.
I was dumb. I was young and
Yes.
dumb.
You weren't young.
Right.
I mean, technically,
You're
I
like
think
14, man.
Woman, like she doesn't understand. Like our ancestors were having babies when they were 16. Like that was the norm. Like 25 is not young for a kid. That is literally like when you should be married and having starting a family. Like that is like that's what it used to be back in the day. When you were 25, you were already married with a family. Now the age of marriage, the average age is like 27. It's kind of crazy.
And youngest 14.
I was engaged, so that was my main reason to do
Get
it.
there for marriage. So don't get combative. Don't get fussy, because you say you want to be selfish, and I'm just sitting here listening. I'm like, you're a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, selfish for my daughter. Reason.
So
Yeah.
you haven't said.
Yeah, now she's backpedaling. That's not what she meant. We all know she meant she wants to be selfish and do what she wants to do. Now he's calling her on her daughter. Now she's like, "Oh yeah, selfish for my daughter." Like you know damn well you were not talking about your daughter.
The daughter. You
For
said.
the-
No, you know, man. I hear very well. I hear very well.
Now she's trying to backpedal.
You only brought your daughter up when I called it out.
Right.
It's for both of us.
Of
Right.
course it is.
Right.
So how's doing dicks gonna help your daughter?
Right.
Doing dicks. Who said who's doing dicks?
You don't have to say that, but that's what that means. If you're being selfish, that means you want to have fun and screw whoever you want and do whatever you want. That's what it means. We know what your womanese is. Like you're not fooling anyone. Like women have to understand. Men are starting to catch on, and we're realizing what their game is.
Selfish, doing your own
Like
right.
they're handing us their playbook on social media. Like literally, all you got to do is be on TikTok, any form of social media, and women are handing out the playbook for us now.
That's
What are you doing in your single years? What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
The answer is nothing because every man customizes his woman to his liking. Usually, if you're doing it correctly, that's usually how it is.
work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my
That
goals.
mean when a woman says work on myself, that means having sex with whoever I want without any consequence. That's all that means.
My
My.
See, she's looking around, looking for some BS to say, because she's just talking. She's just thinking of some nonsense that might fly, that she says to her women friends, that they're like, oh yeah, good job. But Kevin's just like, nah, we're not having this.
Johnny Gill's ass. Me. Listen to this selfishness. A
Yeah, I'm not-
wife
I'm proud. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay.
I wonder what her mom says. Like, what her mom says after watching this. You think her mom's proud of her?
finally being selfish. I
Good.
was.
Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're fine. We're
Oh,
honestly,
not.
I'm more happy with women like you who are loud and proud, so we can identify you, so guys can just learn to just say congratulate you, live in your truth, in your power.
I will not die. I will guarantee you.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, which one of you men want to deal with her for the rest of your life? Like, she thinks that beauty is all that matters. Like, that gets you to the dance. Like, and a guy might sleep with you for a little while, but he's not gonna deal with you for a lifetime acting like this. Like, believe that.
You're all gonna get married to high value men and have solid gold children and travel and drive Mercedes and have personal chefs and all this other stuff. Of course, it's all gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you've been told. That's why, and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding
Kinda?
relationships.
Okay.
Relationships.
He said kinda.
Relationships. I didn't say period. It's just kind of trash regarding relationships. Because apparently to you, relationships hinder you from being selfish. But I've got news for you. An average man provides a woman options. A man of value provides a woman freedom. You can't be selfish as a single mama. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fact.
I know. So why you'd rather be? I don't. We have deified being a single mother when that shit is hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why I have to be selfish because I don't have time to
No,
have that.
you don't have to. Being selfish doesn't get you a man. Doesn't get you a husband.
Nope, it keeps you right where you are, right in your station of life, where you belong.
I'm looking for a man right now. I think I'm content.
I want you to understand. See, this is what I mean. So you are prepared. Well, that's fine. That's why I'm glad to do these things because they think it's a game.
Yeah, what's that?
Did you go to college? Did you go to college?
Yeah. I actually went to.
What? You're breaking. What's your degree in?
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay. What's your profession?
So
I was-
that shows that she doesn't really finish things. So that's never a good sign.
I was in school for nursing.
What is your
And
profession?
you didn't finish that? Like, come on. That's embarrassing.
I'm in the airline industry.
So you're
Oh,
a
so
flight
she's a
attendant.
flight attendant.
Yes.
Why didn't she just say that? And we already know being a flight attendant, that is not enough money to survive on. Like, come on now. What is she saying right here? She thinks, oh, because I'm flying all over these destinations, it seems like I'm traveling the world. It's so magical. But when I look at my bank account, there's nothing there. Like, what the?
And next.
You're a sky waitress. Shout out to the
That's
sky
all that
waitresses.
is. A sky
Not really
waitress.
a good, not a
Literally.
good profession for a single mother.
Literally a sky waitress. So you're never home with your
But see,
kid.
I want you guys to understand that
So that means you're always on flights. You're never home with your kid. What is your kid doing? Hopefully not out there in the streets. Hopefully you won't be doing that when she's 15, 16, because we know what happens around that age.
she fits in that kind of creative area, and you find a lot of women who are hairstylists and flight attendants because they can fly places. But you say you're gonna do it for 2 more years, and then you're gonna
See, that's
decide.
what I said. Like, she thinks just because for her job, they fly her places, she thinks she's actually traveling. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, nah.
Find a husband. Or decide to be in a relationship. Do you want any more kids one day?
Oh yeah, I definitely want.
How many more?
Probably like two more.
When you're married, I'm assuming you want to have kids in the context of a marriage, or do you can?
Yeah, probably good. That's exactly what I wanted to wait for. So
Oh, okay. So when you're married and pregnant with the next child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
We know the answer to that is hell no.
no.
Okay. Then after you have your two other kids and your one kid, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire lifetime?
10%.
I mean, if you don't,
It's probably gonna be like a nice little waitress tip, a nice little 5-10% for that.
I mean, it's not there.
I feel like it would be like old style parenting, like so.
But are you an old style woman though? That's the question. Are you a woman from back in the day? Or are you a new age, new style, modern woman? That's the question.
Maybe like the groceries or it's like stuff like
In
that.
other words, less than 10%.
Correct.
That's what I
Less than
just said.
5%.
That's literally what I just said.
Groceries.
It's
Groceries.
a tip.
So you really don't have. I'm not judging, man, but groceries for you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine. 5-10%.
Oh, I saw my parents do it. The care of mostly
Yeah, but
everything.
your mom isn't like you, I bet. I'd put any amount of money up that your mom is nothing like you. She probably raised you to be a worker, and she was a wife, clearly.
Whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money, she made over 6 figures. All she did was
Your mother married your father?
yes,
Are they still married?
yes.
Yeah, and so that's not you, that's them. So you're not going to have that unless you start changing things.
Okay, you're not your mom.
Right.
You're
Okay.
an independent modern woman, and you
Right.
want to be a housewife.
Right. That doesn't
Yes.
work.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's just not.
Because the kind of men that make the kind of money to be able to afford 3 kids and a lifestyle, $200,000 ain't gonna put up with this attitude. I'm not gonna put up a modern woman. They're just not going to put up. What I'm saying is the kind of men
And
that
the
can
thing
afford.
is, he is that type of man. He is a high value man. He's a multi-millionaire. So he's literally telling her, he talks to these type of men all the time. So he knows. He's telling her to her face that they're not putting up with you for nothing, for nada. So like, it would behoove her to just listen to that and make changes if she wants that type of life. Because if not, she belongs to the streets.
A family of 3 in a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle aren't putting up with a modern woman. They want traditional feminine women who they're not selfish. They are
And she's literally the opposite of everything of that he just said.
selfless. They put themselves last.
Interdependent.
But I
They
feel
put
like that,
the man first and their family second.
that was me for about 8 years. So
Doesn't matter. And they want a woman that's like
That was her for about 8 years. So that means it was an act. She's a fake femininity. That's all that was. I mean, if you can't do that, like, and just be you, that's just your normal self, it's fake. It's just like someone trying to be nice. It's not real, it's just fake. Like, that's why I would never advise anyone to be nice. Like, why? That's not real. It's just a fake reaction. Just be who you are. Be respectful. Be a good person, but don't be nice. Like, that's just stupid.
all things at
Like,
all
being
times.
nice, that's what you say to your dog. Like, come on now.
They don't want a woman who goes through a selfish phase. Matter of fact, when they find a woman who are like you, they say she's a chameleon, and they'll hit the skins and they'll leave. They don't marry her. They want a background check. And as soon as they find an independent street, you're not in the wife category. We're talking about men who want. You're talking about you don't want to pay for groceries. So a man's gonna have to make well over 6 figures to have $1.5 million in kids. And you can have, you got this little smirk like, it's not a game. I'm doing this so other women can hear. I'm doing this so other women can
Now
hear.
she puts the mask on because she's embarrassed. Like, that's doing anything. Like, and why do you even do that? Like a child. Like, that's so childish. Why'd you put your mask on? That's like a 5-year-old thing to do. Let's see if he says something about it.
Hear how crazy this sounds.
I'm listening.
No, there's nothing else to be said. You've said pretty enough. You in your selfish phase. And there's nothing out there that you're doing that's going to be of value to a husband.
She's like, I'm listening. She ain't listening. It's going through one ear out the other. She's there for the attention, guys. At this point, he's helping the audience. Like, Because some of these women you just can't save. But there's women out there that are watching this and they're like, you know what? He's right. This ain't for her.
I think it is. Me being selfish will prepare me in order with that right man. I will be in the space.
Yeah, and that's called fake femininity. That's called you're being fake. That's called you're just doing something for your benefit. So yeah, no thank you. No man wants that.
Order to give him like 100%.
So
At this
basically, you're
moment,
gonna act like some fake ass nice woman, and then you get what you want, and then you're some bitch again. You think any man wants that? No, thank you. Keep it moving.
I cannot give
She
no
belongs to
man
the streets.
not even 50% of me right now because I'm not even thinking about a man. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're just
So,
not even thinking. Period.
in all honesty, when it comes down to like, let's
She
say,
says, in all honesty, how many of you think she's being honest?
a year or 2 years from now, when I'm in the right state of mind, in
A
order
year, 2
to
years from now, so you'll be 33 at that point. So you think at that point, oh, it's time to find a man, and then what? Like, come on now.
be able to have a relationship with no walls and whatnot, then I'll
With
be
no, she's just talking at this point.
able to give myself like that,
Okay, so let me ask you two questions. If a man who can meet your standards,
Uh-huh.
he can meet a whole lot of other women's standards.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Why would he pick you, a woman who has to go on this selfish
He
journey
won't.
and all that stuff?
He
Why would he
won't.
not pick a woman who's already in her feminine
He will.
and not wavering, did
Oh,
not have
yeah.
to go through anything? She's just ready to go.
He will.
Okay, he can pick the
No,
other.
no,
And
no,
he
listen,
will.
that-
See,
that no
and see,
time.
this is where the masculinity comes out. The man in her. Look at her. Look at her. Look, it comes out of her. Look at her face scrunched up. Like, do you want to be in front of that when you say something she doesn't like? Does anybody want to look at that face or that attitude? Oh, hell nah. Because if you, that's what a man does, and you're ready to fight almost. Like, what the hell is this? See, now he's bringing it out of her. He's showing you why she's single and why everyone's staying the hell away.
Sadly, he can pick the
Listen, I think you need to understand the kind of men you're looking for are very rare. Women are
1%,
rare.
to be
Cute
exact.
isn't rare. What you have to offer the market, which is men, is in abundance.
She literally has nothing to offer when you think about it. She offers nothing. Like, when you think about it. Like, I mean, she does offer a kid, another man's kid. I mean, if you want that.
So the person who is rare has to pick. He can only pick one wife.
Oh,
Why would
yeah.
he pick a wife that was
Believe that.
in this position where he can pick a woman who just has her mind right
Unless you're
from
poly.
the jump?
Okay, so when I'm thinking about my future husband, I'm thinking he's destined for me.
Oh, so she's thinking magically, Disney, he's destined for me. I'm thinking for my husband. Ooh. Girl, you ain't getting married. Like, that boat is sailed. Like, you are nothing that men want. Like, that's the problem. She doesn't know what we want, and she doesn't want to even make the changes for that. Like, she just doesn't know it or see it. And by the time she does, you already know. It's too
So
late.
I'm not thinking, oh,
Where'd you get that belief from?
You're-
Where'd you get that belief from?
Seriously.
where did I get that belief? I believe in, what is it?
See, she doesn't
Law
even
of
know.
attraction.
See, she's looking all around for something to say because it's not something that's like tangible. She's just thinking of something that she's heard and been programmed to say. I believe in law of attraction because it sounded nice because someone said it. It's this nice little sweet snowflake, but like that's not life.
I don't know. I just believe that my husband is my husband,
Yeah, because you saw
Right.
that on Disney. I know, I get it, but it's not real.
right? So if I have that mentality, okay, this man is gonna be my husband. This man is gonna be my husband. No, my husband will find me. If I'm
Yeah, but when he runs into you, he's gonna see what the hell you are, and you're not even 10% ready for that role.
For you.
how many men? I've been in one serious relationship.
And
so,
you better hope. How do you know that wasn't the only one you're gonna get? Like, how do you know that's your only one? You don't know that.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking because you mentioned destiny. So, is there only one man that's destined for you?
And if that is what she goes by, that is what it means. It means there's only one person for you. So let's see what she says.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Then if that's
But
the
it's
case,
all
why do you have
BS though.
another
There's no
man's
such
child?
thing as, oh, there's this one person for me. No, there's just people, and then people get together, and then people try to work it out. That's it. You think turtles are looking around like, where's my soulmate? You think any animal out there is looking for a soulmate, or do you think they're just coupling and multiplying? Because that's what we are. We're animals to a core. So like, that's all you got to look at it as. Like people try to make shit so complicated, and they try to like add all this nuance to it. But at the end of the day, we are animals, and we're gonna react as such.
Because at one point in time, that one man was.
No. Think about what you just said. If you're his, then you should. If he's yours, then you should be his.
Right.
If that's the case, you shouldn't have another man's child.
Exactly. And you
Yeah,
shouldn't be
yeah.
out on the streets being selfish. So therefore, her whole synopsis here is flawed. So like, let's see how deep of a hole she's gonna dig in.
Like, so
Just think about the logic. Just think. Don't get defensive.
Now she's
Just
trying
think
to dig
about the
herself
logic.
out. She realizes how stupid that sounds. She realizes now.
If you guys are destined to be with one another, that means you should be only for him. That means your womb should only be for him.
that's correct. And that was my mistake for having. I can't say.
Now she's saying that's her mistake. Now you're calling your daughter a mistake. Let's hope she doesn't watch this because she's not going to be too encouraged by what her mother's been saying.
Or there is no such thing as somebody that's destined to be with you.
And that is the correct answer.
Choice.
And
Yes.
like men, we know that. But like the thing is, as men, we have to lie some of these women to listen because if we tell them, oh no, there's no such thing as destiny, like a lot of men that are married now wouldn't be married today. Like so, like a lot of the men that are married had to lie to get to where they are to get the woman they want. But me, I don't lie. I don't care about that. Like I just say how it is. I think that's the best way to go. You get the best results that way. That way you don't get some type of fake ass relationship. Like that's the best way to go. Just being
Disney
honest.
fantasy that's been marketed to the women in the West to sell you Valentine's Day cards and engagement.
Right, exactly.
This is a new creation.
Exactly. It's
And my
nuance.
question to
It's
you-
all nuance. Do you think cavemen were doing this stuff or do you think they were just surviving? It's still the same. Look at gas prices are freaking $5. Like this is about survival. This shit is not easy. Like we don't know if we're gonna make it out of this thing. Like, come on now.
Is if your mother and father were married, and they're still married, did they not model what a healthy, functioning marital relationship was to look like?
I mean, I don't think that marriage is perfect, but they did definitely model what marriage is. You know.
So do you want to have what they had?
I would say yeah.
So okay, so if you were to look in the public, what would be your relationship ideal role model? Your relationship ideal model? What couple do you say that's who you want it to be like?
Honestly, I would say a man like Russell Wilson. So, you know, but
And if I asked you and I asked you, is your black femininity ideal? Who is that public figure?
She's gonna say someone that's not a good role model. I guarantee it.
who's my ideal public figure? I honestly would say Beyonce.
Beyonce. Oh my god, she picks Beyonce. Oh. Beyonce, she's so like yes, she's pretty, but she's masculine, man, and she's a billionaire. She's with a billionaire. She's got cheated on and took him back. Like that's such a bad person to use. She pushes this independence on women. Like she's literally part of the problem, and now you're starting to see why she thinks the way she does because Beyonce is her idol. Like this is the problem. Like and like that's what I do though. I tend to ask women who is your like person you look up to as a woman. If they say Beyonce or like Sierra or like one of those ratchet ass women, I just know like stay the hell away.
Beyonce? Makes sense.
See,
Makes sense.
it does make
It makes
sense.
sense because
It does make
the
sense.
only way your world will work is if you're Sierra.
Right.
and you wanted Russell Wilson. The thing is,
That ain't gonna happen. Like, see, that was an anomaly. Russell Wilson's an idiot. Sierra is a winner in this one. Like, that doesn't happen like that. You think some idiot millionaire is gonna fall into your lap like that? Like, come on now. She look at her smiling. She realizes this is stupid. Look at that little stupid
this has
look
been
on her face.
invaluable because there's so many women like you who just think, well, how can I say this?
Magically.
You can believe what you want. You can live in your truth. But here's the thing. The likelihood of you getting Sierra's prayer, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery, especially for a
seriously.
provider male.
Seriously.
And the man that would be better suited for you, he's probably better off without you. And I mean this way because
Because you ain't
you're
ready.
selfish.
You ain't ready. Like, if that man were to come to you right now, he would talk to you for 6 minutes and be like, I'm gone. Like, I mean, he probably would sleep with you and then be gone, but the point is, he ain't staying because there's nothing that you offer that makes a man want to stay. Like, what do you offer that makes someone want to stay there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, are you going to make him want to leave or are you going to make him want to stay? That's the question. That's really what you're going to ask yourself.
A wife doesn't have a selfish streak. Are you an only
A
child?
mean streak.
No.
Okay. So, and I don't mean any insult by this, but seriously, have you ever had any therapy?
The answer to that is hell no. You can tell.
No.
Yeah, see?
Have you ever considered it?
Oh yeah, I think I have
Yeah,
just
right.
recently. Just recently,
Stop
within like
that cap.
Look into it. I think you should look into it because what you're
She ain't
saying,
gonna get no
man,
therapy.
may feel like it's protecting you, but it's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
Yep.
Relationships are about, life is about people.
And choices and trade-offs.
And I know you're on Instagram, you got to protect your ego and say certain things because you want to maintain status, but it's not healthy. You can't live this way. Not especially in the outcomes you're talking about, because there's not one person that's destined for you. You choose somebody. Life ain't about love.
Nope.
Marriage ain't about love. It's about an
That's what
agreement.
they sell us.
And my question is, do
They
you
want us all as sheep. They all want us thinking the same. That's why it's all programming. Like, you guys gotta understand what's programming and what's real. Like, you always have to be deciphering the two. You can't just take everything for what it is.
have what it takes to go 30?
It's called
you have what it takes to go
processing.
40 years with somebody.
yeah, if I'm married,
Cognitive
of course.
processing.
You know, but if
That's
I'm
what it's
not,
called.
you know, just like my last situation, 8 years down the road for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
But you could have married that person.
I don't have time to.
You could have married that person.
She said I don't have time.
No, some men are selfish. So
Yo, she just said some men are selfish. And what has she been talking about the whole time? See, this is what we deal with. This is what we got to deal with.
But you're a selfish woman, that would have been perfect.
Right.
um,
See, when it goes back on her the other way, she don't like that, right? She doesn't like it when it hits her, but when she's hitting us with it, it's cool.
on this one.
Right. Don't blame it on the men. You picked him.
Right.
We are what we attract.
You let them nut inside you. That's what you deal with.
So last questions. All right, because let's just say your right person doesn't show up for whatever reason.
We know the reason.
What does life look like at 55 years old socially?
Quiet and alone.
If I'm unmarried, I hope to have friends
Whoa, what's that
who are
background?
also and just live life, enjoy life for what it is.
Okay. What state do you live in?
Washington D.C.
Chocolate
Will
City.
you have your $2.2 million you'll need to retire on at age 65? To
The
live
answer to that is hell no. It's actually 2.5 now because of inflation.
from 65 to 85 as a flight attendant?
Hell
I'm
no.
hoping to do more than that, but yeah.
She said I'm going to do more than that. Like, you see how delusional she is? Like, you're a flight attendant. Like, you ain't.
Are you hoping to do that on a flight attendant salary?
I don't plan to just stay here, so I have my
So she has some magical plan to make her a billionaire.
own plans and agenda. So
What profession do you plan on? What profession do you plan on pursuing that's going to give you that kind of income and investment? at the same
She's gonna say something in sales or retail, or not retail, and A realtor, something like that. Watch.
That's my personal.
No,
So
no,
in
man.
other
You can just
words,
tell us. You can
other
just.
words,
You
she's
don't have
got
to give us the
nothing.
exact plan. Just ask them.
She's
Just
got
say,
nothing.
Honesty, a real estate plan.
I knew
So
it.
really?
What did I say? I told you it was gonna be like a realtor, sales, real estate, something like that. I told you. And what'd she say? Exactly what I said.
yes. So
She's crazy.
I mean, it's
She's
not just me,
batshit.
but yeah, you can laugh all you want, but that's
She's literally a psycho. Like me and him called it out, and I didn't watch this beforehand. That's the funny part. I literally just came on and just watched this
okay.
and did it.
Next.
That's how I like to do it. I like to talk to you
I'm
guys
laughing because I
as
did.
this stuff goes on, just so I can like guess what they're gonna say. And it's funny. She says it, and he's laughing because it's a joke, and it should be a joke to you guys too. Like this kind of thinking, like what is going on right now? We're almost done. I just want to watch the end of this. We're almost done here.
Have you watched this since the beginning?
And it's
Have
funny
you
how
watched this since the beginning? Ma'am, stop. Have you been watching this since the beginning?
I can say here and there.
She said here and there. You know damn well she's watched the whole time. She just doesn't want to be accountable. That's why he's laughing, because she's lying.
Oh, God damn it. This is where you got from. Undefeated. I told you. The realtor. Here she is.
Yep.
Extrovert. Attention seeking.
I don't see what's.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Hopeful. Optimistic.
I really don't see
Always
what's.
about how valuable
Yeah, she's literally a realtor to the. She's to the letter, to the T.
I'm
She's
missing
the
the joke,
realtor.
so please fill
It's
me
not
in.
a joke. She fits an archetype, and it's a realtor archetype. There's a whole bunch of archetypes that are outlined, and there's personality traits to them, and she fits that realtor trait to a letter, guys. I'm telling you. Look it up if you don't believe me.
I've talked about the 7 or 8
I think he has
archetypes of
videos
women,
on
and
every
today we're talking
archetype,
about
too.
the realtor. And I went down and said who the realtor is, how she thinks, how she moves, and man, you nailed it to a T.
To the letter.
You nailed it to a goddamn T.
And that's not even a
And I
joke.
see you every day.
Oh, you're funny.
He's not trying to be.
No, you're common.
Yeah.
This is a common mindset, and I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to let you know that you have a choice at 30 years old. But if you don't get some help to get out of whatever's in your mind that's making you in this selfish thing, because whatever it is, it's some fear, scarcity, and like some hurts or
Yep.
something. Because this is the normal for a female
Nope.
to be something, and you can't fix it yourself.
She thinks she can.
So have a good day, though.
All right, guys. Well, this is another modern woman who's just delusional, and another beautiful Friday. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, don't forget to be safe.